How is my volume? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Where are you joining from?
My office.
I'm not talking to you.
Well,
I'm going to take a red eye and come to California because it's just miserable here.
oh my gosh, I was just reading an article. In the month of February, California has gotten enough rain to, what did it say? The equivalent of 47 million Olympic-sized pools or something like that.
What?
Huh?
That sounds crazy.
It has been crazy. Did you see the stuff I posted about the swiftwater rescues in my city and the road
No.
going up to the mountains is completely washed out. The people that live on the mountain where I used to live, it's just right up the hill here. There's no way for them to get up or down. The roads have washed out on both sides. I mean, literally the road has fallen off the cliff.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
scary.
it's crazy.
Huh. So there's crazy weather everywhere.
Yeah.
Where are you guys joining from? Shavonda, is it milder in Alaska than it is Illinois? We had President's Day, which I'm not sure why they didn't go to school to make up for all the canceled days. But I just feel like I'm in like this February frozen Groundhog's Day that just keeps repeating. But Cheryl and I are doing the hustle, right? We're working our leads and onboarding and dreaming of Mexico. So give yourselves a round of applause for showing up. It's a Monday night. It's February. You probably have other things that you could be doing. But you are dedicated to building your business, and that's what it takes. Some days it's about going through the motions and doing it even on the days where you don't feel like it. A lot of times that's what separates those that are successful from those that are not. So Cheryl is my co-host here. She moved up to number 11 in the nation in team size growth. She is the top leader in Team Momentum and is growing her own little empire. So always a pleasure to have her accompany me on the call. All right, so let's start out with some motivational quotes here. Character isn't developed by trying to become famous or a billionaire. Character is developed by seeking to become a better human to those you love, interact with, and serve. And then the other one is don't wish for it, work for it. So a lot of times I think that there is this illusion that being successful is magical and that it just happens to some people. But it is that devoted every day serving, going through the motions, doing the hard work, putting in the effort, being resilient, that really builds up to big results. The thing that I see most common among my leaders is that they are all very determined and very hard workers. So don't feel like we just magically became successful overnight, because it took a lot of small actions and a lot of days of consistency and hard work where we weren't getting the results, where we continued to push through and go through those activities because we knew that it would pay off.
Very hard work.
Yes. As it begins to build, it does start happening faster. So you can think about it like a big locomotive you know, once it's starting to go, it doesn't move very fast, but then it builds up the momentum and the speed, and on it goes. So that's how you can think about your Avon business. And especially on the leadership side, because you're not only building up that paycheck to receive every 2 weeks until you decide to retire, that's actually going to keep coming in after you retire from your Avon business. So that's one of the huge benefits of being in network marketing. You're actually building an income that's going to continue coming in when you're maybe done working the business or are ready to pass it on to a family member. So definitely looking forward to Maui and Los Cabos. It is keeping me going these days. When it's snowing and icy and nasty, we just keep having like bad stuff happen. we had a leak in our garage in 2 places.
You too?
What?
You too? I have a leak 2 places in my house in the ceiling.
Oh, yep. Rob found it. Actually, like the shop light came down from the ceiling in the garage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the snow and the ice and then warming up and then freezing again. It's just not been nice to us. And then Ava woke up sick this morning. It's just every week I'm like, okay, this week's gonna go really well. I'm still waiting for it, guys. But we can look forward to those trips that we go on with Avon. I hope you guys are all registered for RepFest. That is the opportunity for you to experience an Avon trip that really will get you motivated and excited to work, and grow your business. There's nothing more motivating than being at a live event. All right, so the Grand Fiesta is June 2nd to the 5th. We are about to close out campaign 5 tomorrow. So we have just gone over, we were 5 out of 8 campaigns. So if you're, don't give up yet if you're not quite there, because those points do keep getting bigger as we go through the campaigns due to the additional $150 orders. So don't give up. You got to push your hardest and try your hardest every single campaign. And you never know what can happen at the end. So always just give it your all. That way you know you've done all you could. And, you know, if it doesn't work out this time, you're going to go for it even harder the next time. So with many of our incentives now, Avon is, they are promoting us to sell traditionally online and then also build that team. Is that Petey or Kitty?
Petey.
Petey. He's the one that likes to listen in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, funny. Okay, so part of it is tracking where you're at and keeping track of your points separately, not just waiting for your Avon.com to update, because we all know that sometimes we can be a lot further ahead in the points than it's showing because we have to wait for people to pay on time and it to close out. So you do want to keep track of your own points so that you have a better idea of where you stand once everyone pays their bills. On the homepage of youravon.com, if you scroll all the way down to sales incentives, you'll find the Grand Fiesta and all of our other incentive information. And then if you click on that get details, you'll be able to see your tracking and where you're at. Cheryl, this is kind of like very surprising and sad.
But
how many points that I have for an Alma qualified new recruit.
yeah.
So those of you guys that are new to recruiting or leadership, Alma is an opportunity where we can buy leads through Avon once we qualify. A personal recruit is going to be someone that you find through your own means, whether that's a friend, a neighbor, or someone that you meet on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever, if it's not an Avon source. So that's just telling me that my personal recruits are doing a lot better than the ones through Alma. But I always suggest to be building in as many areas as you can. And I do think the Alma leads are worth the investment if you have the money to invest. So campaign 6, Avon is giving us the opportunity to earn double incentive points on any additional qualified new recruit orders of $150 or more. So qualified new recruit is going to be a term that you hear pretty often. It means that you have signed someone up and then in their first or second campaign, they submit an order of $150 or higher. So once they have become a qualified new recruit, you're going to get points for them for every additional $150 order they submit. In campaign 6, you'll get double. So it's time to go print out that Grand Fiesta report. Make sure you go through and talk to all of your pending representatives. Make sure you're looking at all of those that are qualified, and maybe you want to come up with some sort of incentive to get them to place that $150 additional order. Cheryl, do you have any ideas? Are you going to do anything special for that?
I'm doing an incentive. I forget exactly what it is that I'm giving them, but I have so many incentives going, but I am giving them an incentive for placing that additional, let me see if I can find it here, $150 order. Incentives work really good to get your team motivated. Let's see, I have one for advancing in title.
You did one for...
I'm doing where if they place a first or second order of $150 or more, and then they place 3 additional orders of $150 or more by the end of campaign 8, they earn $40 worth of product shipped direct to their house from Avon. So anybody who's already a qualified new recruit, they have this campaign, and then 6, 7, and 8. If they place 3 more, then they'll get that $40 product.
Cool. And how did you let them know about that?
I sent it to everybody. I posted it in my Facebook team group. I sent it via email to everybody. And then the people that are already qualified recruits, I sent them a text message letting them know. So everybody's been notified about it.
Cool.
And then if somebody places that first or second order of $150 or more, they get a makeup bag with 2 makeup products as well. I just shipped out 2 of them on Friday.
Very nice. So sometimes it's helpful to come up with your own team incentives to complement what Avon is doing as far as the leadership or recruiting points for you. We know that people tend to work a little harder when there's incentive involved. Avon reps are sort of incentive junkies. Okay, so we know that if we are promoting in all three areas, every single campaign, we have more revenue coming in, which gives us a solid foundation and allows us to invest more back into our business. So here we're selling and recruiting through the traditional paper catalog. So these are the labels that I use. I always buy the fluorescent ones to grab attention. I'm always promoting the free shipping on $40 and the welcome 10 code where they can get 10% off any size order one time. So that way I'm hitting my customers that like to flip through the actual paper book so they can come back to me if they want to order face-to-face, or there's an incentive if they decide to order through my website. So I think a lot of people look at doing their Avon business only one way or the other, but I find that I have different customers that prefer shopping the traditional way, and I have customers that prefer not to deal with someone one-on-one and prefer to do it online. So I really encourage you to look for opportunities, no matter how you're getting your information out there, that you offer it to them in the way they're most comfortable with shopping. And then you also want to take advantage of every marketing piece that you're sending out, offering them the opportunities to sign up on your team. So I just added back in putting a recruiting label on. You know, sometimes we try to get too creative and we're looking for like the next best technology that's going to make a huge difference. When sometimes it's about going back to the basics and making sure that you're making the most of every marketing piece that you're handing out. So here's the website. We want to be promoting that as well. And then building our team. So that's 3 areas of the business. And you can start building faster when you have a solid base in all 3 areas. So right now, I know there was a lot of announcements after the leadership conference. However, the digital kit has not been announced when it's going to make its debut. So until then, we do business as usual. So instead of just not promoting anything, I'm recruiting like I normally do with the traditional starter kits, with the Kickstart program, until Avon announces that they're going to be doing the digital sign up. I am acting as though no changes have been made. So you can get a $20 bonus for every new appointment that you sign up that turns into that qualified recruit. So what you really want to be doing is coaching them to hit their Kickstart goals, because that's going to automatically make them a qualified new recruit. They earn their 40% and you earn your bonus. So it's a win-win. And then as a leader, as long as you're putting in a $50 order, you're going to earn 3% on whatever they sell. So the beginning is a little bit challenging, because I think we have this expectation that the hardest part is getting someone to sign up. However, those of us that have been in leadership a long time know that there's a challenge getting them to sign up, and then there's a challenge to getting them to place that first order. So in the beginning, instead of having high hopes and getting let down, just keep recruiting and working with your team members as much as you can. Try not to get discouraged, because there's only so much we can do as leaders. And there is a big financial reward in it as you climb the different ambassador levels. So I find that instead of focusing on all these different requirements, which can be overwhelming for someone just starting out, is to focus on just continuously recruiting. Because if you're always adding those team members, the orders are going to come and the sales are going to come. So just in those first 3 titles, you can earn $2,250 from Avon. So that is split up in 4 campaigns. But I just like to encourage you to get to those levels, and then I coach you how to earn that whole bonus. You do have to maintain for 3 out of the 4 following campaigns. So taking a look at the starter kits, you can offer your new representatives a $25, a $50, or the $100 kit. I found when I did a poll on our team that most of them did 25 or 100, which I found interesting. So I don't know how long those are going to be around, so I wouldn't spend too much time learning all about them, but it's good to know the process if you're going to walk someone through it. So Avon Advantage has a page to Avery labels, and there's some templates on there. So if you guys go to that home screen, scroll down like where it said sales incentives, you'll find an Avon Advantage, and you'll find all the companies that Avon partners with to give us a discount. So you'll find some cool labels, you'll find some business card templates. You don't always have to spend a lot of money to be getting word out and spreading information about your business. If you're gonna sell, you might as well be selling to groups. So that is a way to grow your customer base and your lead base faster, is to focus on sales activities where you're gonna come into contact with a lot of different people. And it's not always about what you make at the table event, definitely not about what you make at the fundraising, but maybe it's more about the contacts that you meet. And maybe so-and-so's friend has been looking for an Avon lady because their Avon lady won't return their phone calls ever. So don't look at every opportunity as, was it worth it that night or not? Because you never know if someone could become a lifetime customer for you, or your next best Cheryl. So you can do home, book, online parties, table events, fundraising. I've heard people setting up tables at an assisted living, apartment complexes. Think about where there's waiting rooms, especially nail, hair, and tanning salons, because those are all about beauty. So we can think about all of these people that we come in contact with in different types of groups. And once we have those groups segmented, hello, Miss Sarah. Thanks for joining us. You can start marketing to them in different ways. So the bigger the team has become, the more I'm segmenting. The bigger my customer base has become, the more I can segment based on, who likes to shop online, who are my face-to-face customers. So any lead that you get could potentially be your next best customer, or they could join your team. I've had people that have been customers that decide to sign up and become a rep. I was listening to Cheryl's video. I watched your video today.
Which one?
The one where you're talking about the opportunity and how you signed up with Leslie and you just wanted to get a discount, right?
How'd I do?
Good.
Okay, good.
Yes. So you just never know who you're meeting, what they're going to mean to you down the road. Cheryl she wasn't even seeking the Avon opportunity and has now become the strongest leader on the team. So don't discount someone or put them into a group before you even talk to them or build a relationship. You never know where it's going to go and who's going to be your next star team member. So there's some different ways that we can do online recruiting. You can write blog articles. You can share those on social media. I get this question a lot. So how does someone, find your blog? How do they come across your blog? How do you get traffic there? Well, how it works is you're going to be publishing articles, and the search engines are going to index you. And there's a lot of different reasons why you're going to rank where you are. Nobody really knows the secret formula, but the idea is to write in different ways and think about the reader. So if I were someone looking for the Avon opportunity, what types of questions would I be asking? How much does it cost to start? How much am I going to make? Do I have a sales quota? So when you just think about, well, I can only write about the Avon opportunity once, that's not true, because you can write about it in different ways that people are going to be searching. And the biggest thing with blogging is to be consistent and to write helpful information and to be putting that blog post out there, but then drawing people in. So I like to blog and then share the links on social media. I also like to do email marketing and video marketing. So they all kind of come together. And blogging is probably the hardest skill to learn out of any of the social channels. So I encourage you, if you're up for the challenge, to do it, but make sure that you have the time and you're going to put the effort into it. So social media, you want to be constantly sharing about the products, about how Avon fits into your life, how much you love selling Avon. You really don't have to sell the opportunity. If you love it and you're passionate about it, people will see that and want to join your team. Videos are big. It's probably the one thing that a lot of people are scared of doing, so therefore you don't have as much competition. But just do videos. Keep doing them until you feel comfortable, and I promise they get easier. Please watch yourself, because that's the way that you can tell, okay, I want to do this differently. That was good, but I shouldn't do that anymore. So think of yourself more as a brand instead of, oh, I hate hearing my voice, or God, I look so stupid. Look at it with an open mind and just have fun with it. And
yeah, watch them back so you know if you made a mistake or not, like me.
Yes. Also to make sure you're sharing the screen when you're that's so aggravating. Okay. So always saying buy or sell. You want to put that idea in someone's mind. Oh, well, I never really thought about becoming a rep. Maybe I should do that. And then they ask you questions. And use our incentives to get people interested. So I like the idea that the Jamaica trip is a whole cycle long incentive. So we can use that all year long to get people to join us and travel with us. Drive-by postings, yes. It all depends how much time you have to dedicate. Sometimes you gotta hustle more days than others, and that can limit your creative ability. I get that. Share your Avon experience on social media. So on my personal timeline, I try to do more about how it fits into my life, where on the business page and the business group, those are more traditional buy, sell posts. All right, Miss Cheryl, why don't you take it away?
My turn. Blogging. So I just one day decided, I knew Emily was blogging and I was always looking at her blogs and everything. And I just decided I'm going to do it. And I thought I was going to have my husband help me, but I don't know how I did it, but I did. I did it all by myself. And so I have my blog up and running, and I try to be, one of the most important things, like Emily was saying, is to make sure that you are consistent. One thing that I notice when I'm working my Avon business is I'll get focused on something so much that I forget about the other things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this for a while. And you can't do that. So use a schedule, a planner or something, so that you keep track of what you're doing and nothing gets left out, so to speak. So when I do my blogs, I try to be consistent. I try to do not just sales stuff, but I want to include the opportunity and also informational, whether it be a tutorial. Avon has all kinds of tutorials that you can sell, that you can share. You can make your own tutorials, and personalized videos are the best. I just did this one over the weekend about joining Avon, and basically I sat in front of the camera and I talked about my journey, why I joined, how I ended up getting to where I am today, and what it has to offer me, and also what it has to offer anybody that's interested. And I don't remember how many minutes long it ended up being, but I just talked frankly. I wasn't, trying to coerce anybody or anything like that, just talking about what it's done for me and what I believe it'll do for you. So that's something really important that you can do. And you don't have to do just one, just, every couple of weeks, do a video about, hey, oh my gosh, I went on this great Avon trip. Wow, Also, when I do earn trips, I blog about my trip. I include pictures of it, what we did, what Avon offered us while we were there. There's just so many things that you can talk about that's going to attract people to your business and to becoming a representative. And they call it attraction marketing. It's not selling to somebody, but getting them attracted to what it is you have to offer. Oh, that was a mouthful. And the same thing with promoting your Avon business on Facebook. First of all, you want to make sure that you have an Avon Facebook page. You don't want to be posting everything Avon on your personal page. First of all, your friends are going to get tired of seeing it, and they're probably going to hide you, and they'll never know what you're up to again. But if you keep it separate, the people that want to be interested in what you're doing are going to follow you on your Avon Facebook page. That doesn't mean that you can't ever post about the opportunity or something exciting happening with Avon on your personal page, but you want to really be careful. What I suggest doing is when you're on your personal page that you talk about exciting things with your business, like, I'm so excited this weekend. I'm going to, I know we're not having them anymore, but, you would talk about going to the PC Gala luncheon, or talk about an award that you earned, or, anything that has to do with what your business has done for you. Oh my gosh, I got my leadership check and I'm taking my husband shopping for the weekend, whatever the case might be. Share those things to attract people to get interested in what it is you're doing, and then share the opportunity and the products and all of those things on your Avon Facebook page. So you want to keep those separate.
Cheryl, what did you use your phone to take that picture? And I know you mentioned a filter. How did you take that?
And you know, I wasn't trying to be deceptive by using the filter, but when you're looking at these, you know, just that little circle, you can't see, you know, you can't see close up and everything. So somebody recommended an app, and it's called YouCam Perfect, YOUCAM Perfect. And they were saying that a lot of the beauty bloggers and influencers and stuff use this app. And so I had already taken that picture, and I just used some filters to just really even it out so that it looks better. I put it on my e-store, my website, and then also on this page. That's another thing that's really important, everybody, is for your Avon Facebook page, for your profile picture, you want it to be a picture of you, and you want it to be an attractive picture of you. You don't want to be in your pajamas or anything like that. You should make the effort to have a really nice photo of you on there so that people, I'm not saying that you're attractive, but they're attracted to you. You look like you're into beauty, into the makeup, you know, and the hair and this and that. It just gives them a better feeling about shopping with you and joining your Avon team.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with a little filter. Like Sarah's saying, it's creative. As long as you're not like using it for every single picture and it doesn't look like what you look like in real life.
Right. I wanted it to look really nice for the purpose that it was for.
It is. I really like it.
Thank you.
Anne is asking, what is the top way you get recruits?
I'm going to be honest. I never BS anybody. Most of my recruits come through Alma. I buy leads and I recruit them. I occasionally do get a personal lead, and that is just by talking to people. I was delivering an order to one of my regular customers, and her next door neighbor was out, and she's like, well, I should become a rep. And so I talked to her about it, and she signed up with me. I just talked to her yesterday. She just got her kit. She's real excited. I've had several customers that I have converted over to becoming an Avon representative. You just have to talk to people if you want to get those personal recruits.
I think a lot of people that probably haven't recruited a lot may hear someone say they're interested, and then maybe they back away because they're not comfortable with you know, taking that next step. So what did that look like when you talked to her? Did you help her sign up right then, or?
No, she said that she wanted to think about it, and I left her my information, and I did follow up with her via text message. Hey, are you ready to sign up? And she said that, yeah, she needed to get it done because her son was moving out, and he was the one that was going to help her get it all set up. So you want to make sure that you exchange personal information with them and that you follow up with them if they're not ready to sign up. Don't be afraid to bother somebody. Don't be afraid to hear the word no, because you're going to hear it a lot. I have heard more no's by far than I have ever heard yeses. But you have to get through the no's to get to those yeses, and those yeses are what's going to pay off. So don't be discouraged. Don't be afraid. You know, you follow up with somebody and they're like, yeah, you know, I thought about it. I'm not interested. All right, well, if you change your mind, let me know. Life goes on. It's
always leave the door open.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. And my Alma leads, when somebody tells me no, I don't close it out. In a couple of months, I'll schedule it out to follow up in a couple of months, and I'll ask them if their circumstances have changed. And until they tell me to leave them alone and not contact them again, I'm going to keep bugging you because I think it's a great opportunity. You know, otherwise, why would I be doing it? So don't give up. Oh, you found my face mask. I had buddy cracking up. He couldn't look at me last night. He was laughing so hard. Establishing your brand and getting social. Share, share, share. You've got to get out there on all the social media sites, whether it's, oh my gosh, I'm on Tumblr, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, plus my blogging. There might be some more out there that I don't even remember. But you don't have to be a pro at any of them. You can use different programs like Avon Social to post different social media sites at the same time. I'm just now using Instagram because it is the hot thing right now, Instagram. And I'm still learning it. But the one thing that I can tell you that is so important, you guys, is quality over quantity. You could post 10 posts in a day and they can all be, excuse me, but crap. And nobody's going to pay any attention to you. So you want to be purposeful with your posting. You want to, you don't want to be, here, buy this, here's the link. You want to talk about the product, and that's why you want to buy the products yourself. Buy the demos, use the products. You should be buying from yourself when it comes to, you know, shampoos and conditioners and shower gels and all those different things so that you can share what it is you love about them. I love the creamy body washes, and I have a lady hooked on them. She can't live without them now because I shared that information. I told her how luxurious the foam was and everything. So you want to brand yourself as somebody who knows what they're talking about and somebody that's sharing, not selling, if that makes any sense. I decided to try this mask last night that I've had for quite a while, and I took a picture. I know I look silly. I don't care. I want people to see that I'm using the products and that I love them. And now that I have used it, I can go back and I can share my experience, and they know that I'm telling the truth because I just used it. So you want to brand yourself and get social and get out there that people know that you know what you're talking about. You've used the product so that if they have a question, well, I'm going to ask Cheryl, you know, and then they come to me, all right, well, what's your website address? And this is how you get those orders, those $300, $500 orders to earn these points to go to Los Cabos and to earn other incentives. You've got to be proactive. No other way.
Yeah, I watched Michael Sengstack's challenge to go do a review of the Ultimate Elixir. So I went and gave my 5-star rating and did a little review and shared a photo and a video. So yay! It might sound like it's very time consuming, but once you start doing it and you get in the habit of, okay, I'm going to snap this photo, I'm going to do a video, I'm going to share it to my story and my post, and it really starts going a lot faster, just the more comfortable you become with the different tools.
Yeah, you know, like I have a 3-day weekend, and I try to always take Sundays off, but I only had 3 orders to deliver on Saturday, and I thought, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? And so it was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make videos. It's something that I have to do. You have to make the time. You've got to set the time aside, you know, instead of sitting in front of the TV all day or doing this or doing that. You've got to take the time to do what needs to be done. It's the only way you're going to grow your business is to be consistent, be dedicated, work hard. I can't say it enough. Building your Avon story, your resume. So on my blog, you can go in here and you can learn all about me. I talk about all of the different awards and things that I've earned. I talk about my Avon story, why I joined Avon, and it's not going to be the same for everybody. I didn't join Avon to sell Avon. I joined Avon to buy it, you know, but that changed. And so I talk about that and what Avon has to offer. And at the end of a lot of my posts, WordPress has changed their formatting. And so I haven't figured it all out quite yet. But prior to that change, at the bottom of all of my recruiting posts, I have this big long story about Cheryl. But you could still get there without going to the regular posting and stuff. But I include all these photos that you can see and everything. And it gets people excited, you know, well, I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. She's the one I want to sign up with. So if I hadn't known Leslie and I was searching online, I'd be signing up with Emily. I ended up on her team anyways. But you just want to attract people to you. Get them interested. Tell your story. Follow-up process. So if you guys go to my blog, it's down here at the bottom, Cheryl's Glitz, the letter N, Cheryl'sGlitzandGlam.com. I have sample email scripts that you can use. I have a follow-up process that I use, how to close Alma leads, and lots of information. And so go through there. You don't have to use exactly the verbiage that I'm using. My verbiage changes all the time when we have different incentives going on. So it's not always the same, but these are just to give you an idea. Copy them word for word. I don't care. I have no issue with it. But change it how you feel you can best market to those people and how it best works with you and with what's going on whenever there's new incentives announced and stuff. But there's a lot of information there. And if you do Google searches, you're even going to find more information. It's out there for you. You just have to find it. So again, what's my follow-up process? I do have it on the blog. I hound people. Within the first 2 weeks, I've probably tried to contact them 9 times to try to get them to respond to me. And then after that, I go 2 weeks out and then a month out. But I let them know in those text messages, hey, you know, I hadn't heard back from you. I know I'm really excited about this opportunity for you. So yeah, just be consistent, be persistent. That's what I always say. You got to be persistent. It works. So congratulations, Bridget and Melissa. They both earned the Grand Fiesta tote. How exciting. That means they got 2,000 points towards the cruise already, which means they also earned the towel. So yay. They're ahead of me, that's for sure. I haven't earned that tote yet, but I'm getting there. And then these are all of our towel earners that have got 1,000 points. I don't know everybody, but I see Wendy, Melissa, myself, Becky, Bridget. I don't know who the other 2 are.
Tracy and Gloria.
There we go. Congratulations. Towels are really nice. And you don't even have to be recruiting to earn that towel, you guys. Just place those $500 orders every campaign. 8 times 2 is 16. Boom. You got yourself a towel. Yeah. Oh, I'm done. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Miss Cheryl.
You're welcome.
I think, you know, we're all kind of getting in more to doing that real life marketing, and a lot of times our own videos or our own photos will do much better than those professional ones that people just almost identify them as an advertisement. So it's like you almost just scan right by it and don't really look at it. When it's a real life picture, I feel like it's a little more interesting. I just started doing some more recruiting posts where it's more about my lifestyle with my flexible schedule. And, Rob and he's not like fully in the business, but he's definitely a very supportive husband. And so those posts are actually getting more clicks than my like standard ones that I always post. So it's always fun to learn something new that works. So I'm going to be busy gathering some more of my pictures. I want to get them like organized so that I can easily pull them for social media. I tend to take a lot of them on my phone, and then they're not organized on the computer. So I'm going to have to get a little anal and get them better organized.
Whenever I take pictures, I automatically email them to myself.
Really?
Yeah.
And then what do you do with them?
That way I have them on my computer so I can do whatever I want with them.
Oh, okay. Well, I have them all on the computer. They're just like not well organized, so I can't find them very easily.
I do mine by campaign.
All right. So keep motivation levels high. I know that is a difficult task, at least for me right now. This is the roughest part of the year. January, February. But as leaders, we have to put off the type of vibe and the type of energy that we want to receive back. It's exciting to see people signing up because they saw you were a good leader. So it's just pretty cool. The more you start marketing yourself and become more and more comfortable with being a leader, the more those things happen that people tell you about, like be the best you, and you'll start attracting people that are like you. It's like, wow, they were right.
Can I add something here?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not always in a good mood. Sometimes I can be
we know that.
I can be really cranky. I can be mad, whether it's at my husband, my dogs, Avon, okay? Everything isn't always peachy, peaches, roses, what is the saying? But the thing is that the persona that you put out there for your team and for your customers, you have to put all that aside. Do not go to your customer's house and start complaining about Avon. I've seen people do that. I see them complaining about Avon or a product on their Facebook. And I'm like, what are you doing, you guys? You have to keep that stuff to yourself. It doesn't mean you can't feel those things, but keep them off of social media, please, I beg of you, and keep them away from your team, because you're there to listen to them complain and you're there to be their cheerleader, you guys, okay?
Yes. All right. But you don't have to just pretend like everything is perfect at all times. Find that person that you trust. I know Cheryl got a little irritated today, and she texted me and was like, I'm just going to go make me some lunch and take a break. So I texted her a little hangry picture. So, just have fun with it. We know that sometimes life gets frustrating, so you don't have to act like everything's always perfect. But pick and choose where you choose to share that information and who you share it with. Excitement is contagious, just as complaining is contagious. So however you set the tone for the team, that's how the attitudes are going to go. Congratulate someone on or off your team. So how good are you at being happy for someone? Can you congratulate them? Can you say, way to go, even though you didn't get what they got? Sometimes it's hard. They say that Facebook and social media are really pretty bad at that because people are comparing lifestyles, but you have to learn how to be happy for other people. And If you didn't earn it, you just use that as a drive for next time to do more and to try harder. So do something nice for someone. We don't always have to be giving financially. Are you opening the door for someone as you're out getting lunch, or are you just like pushing ahead and trying to beat the rush? Treat people how you want to be treated.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. It's sometimes disappointing to see how many people are not who they portray themselves as. So most people are good, kind people, but there are people out there that put on fronts and their actions don't back who they say they are. Kick your funks with butt kicking. Positive self-talk and putting your goals into action. So we can all probably be guilty of throwing a little pity party for ourselves every once in a while. I find that when I'm getting crabby and I'm just like mad at the world, just kind of like taking a break and going shopping or doing
having lunch.
Yes. Eating so we're not hangry. So you're not always gonna feel the best, like, ooh, I'm so excited, I'm gonna be productive today. Some days it's gonna be a drag, you're dragging your feet, but you get those actions done and it starts getting easier. Always stay teachable. So we get bored, disappointed when we are not challenged. So after the leadership kickoff, I know Cheryl and I have both been trying to be more active on Instagram and do more with stories. And it just kind of adds another spark, excitement into your business when you start doing something new. Rob thinks my voice is annoying and he's closing the doors on me.
I'm trying to watch TV, you're loud.
Okay, yes, so go through your marketing routines even on bad days. Show self-discipline. I think that's maybe one of the most important things for being successful. We live in a society of interruptions and reminders and dings and notifications, and you can spend your whole day doing nothing. So sometimes it's about being disciplined and going through and doing the stuff that you may not be too excited about, but it's going to grow your business. So we're actually finishing up a little early. I don't think that ever happens. So sometimes it's just about hustling. The kind of dip after Christmas is very normal, but that's when you got to really push and hustle and work really hard to get that momentum back, your numbers back up, your recruits going. So sometimes that feels a little harder than maybe at Christmas time when people are more excited. So do the grind, go through those actions, and no one is you, and that is your power. So I think a lot of people are looking for someone to tell them how to fix their business when really inside what it is that you need to do. So something that might scare you, but you think it could really grow your business, write it down and put it in your planner and just start it, because the buildup and the procrastination makes it worse. Just start, and then it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Anything else you want to add in, Miss Cheryl?
I just did some new videos that I posted on YouTube. One, let's see, what were they about? About tagging products on your Instagram and Facebook posts so that people can click and go directly to your website. I also did a video on doing sending the brochure via text message and doing a digital book toss. And I did another one. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, so, you know, follow Emily and I on YouTube, especially Emily. She's got so much training stuff out there, you guys. And one thing I can tell you is to try everything. If what you're doing isn't working, try something different. If that doesn't work, move on to the next thing. And when you find something that works, be consistent. Ann Stone saying digital book toss. Let me.
That's what you did your video on, right? Is that what?
Yeah, I was going to say, let me see if I can post the link for that real quick, if you don't mind.
Surely. Any questions?
I'm just going to post my YouTube link and they can find the different videos there.
Cool. Yeah, find your own branding. Sarah's saying she's had a lot of hits on the Aspira stuff. She posts a lot of plant-based vegan stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, so figure out what you want your brand to look like and see what gets the most interaction.
Emily, can I change my YouTube link to actually say something instead of all that stuff? Do you know?
I think once you have a certain amount of subscribers, you can change your channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody put that there too. And so if they click the old link, it'll go to the new one automatically?
I think it starts forwarding, yeah.
Does it? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I did something else today. Not today, but over the last week, I bought some domains and I'm doing some redirects. I'm just waiting for them to populate in the internet world or whatever, but I'm really excited about that. Instead of people having to remember all of the, you know, youravon.com, Avon representative, this and that. I just came up with some neat names. What did I do? Cheryl'sBeauty.com, and then beautysweeps.com for them to be able to go to enter my sweepstakes, and becomeabeautyboss.com. I'm excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to use them.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. We did campaign 6 and 7 tips webinar last week, which is uploaded on my YouTube channel. The virtual sales meeting from today is supposed to be loaded up on Avon University. A lot of the mentor tools and some of the resources have moved over to Avon University. If you're looking for those, don't forget to turn in your orders tomorrow by 4 p.m. Central, and be sure to get your dual elixir samples, or better yet, demo bottles. They go a lot further than just the samples. So exciting stuff. Sarah, you're gonna love it if you haven't tried it. I'm obsessed. I used the Clear Skin Pore Scrub tonight and then did the dual elixir, and my skin feels so nice. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to go back and watch the recording, it will be up on YouTube by tomorrow. Good night. Thank you, Cheryl. Bye, guys.